Welcome to DC Electricity Quiz number 3 solution. My name is Mark Scythian. The date today is January 9th, 2026. So we're going to solve for the unknown values of the circuit. So this is a DC series parallel complex electrical circuit. So when you're dealing with one of these, first thing you want to do is solve for the total resistance. So we could just use a ohm meter, a DC ohm meter, and place the positive and negative terminals, and the ohm meter would calculate the total resistance. But when you're working with schematics, you want to make sure that the design is in order so you can go ahead and calculate it mathematically instead. So in this case, we're going to first combine the series resistances of R4 and then the 0.77 ohm load when the 4-axis gyro accelerometer device is energized. So since they're on a series pathway together, we can simply add these two resistances. And then we can place the combination resistance of the two at the midpoint of the circuit, so on the extreme right in the center. So now we're going to share the combined resistance in parallel with the light bulb ohm resistance of 3.3 ohms. So we just simply combine these two resistances in parallel using the inverse sum law, so we get the reciprocal of the individual resistances in parallel and take the inverse of that, or 1 over it, so we get 0.95 ohms. Then we could absorb the R2 series resistor by simply adding it to the 0.9 ohm resistance. So now we've canceled out the R2. And now we just have two parallel resistances to combine, 2.4 ohms and the 0.24 ohm load resistance of the electric motor. So we have a total resistance of 0.22 ohms. So the load resistance of a device is the device's voltage divided into its current. So if we were to divide the voltage going to the motor into the current going to the motor, we would then incur the ohms load resistance. The next step is to solve for the total current. So we simply divide the total voltage into the total resistance. So we have 109.1 amps of current discharging from the positive terminal when all three switches are turned on. Because we did not incur a voltage drop on the first series pathway from the battery's positive terminal, the total voltage transfers to the first parallel circuit in equality. So then the motor has 24 volts. If we divide this into the ohms load resistance of 0.24, then the motor incurs 100 amps of current. So then we lose 100 amps off the series flow from the total current. And the next series pathway incurs 9.1 amps, which then multiplies itself times the R2 resistor of 1.45 ohms. But we can also calculate the wattage at the electric motor, the DC electrical wattage. So 24 volts times 100 amps is 2400 watts of DC electrical power going to the DC electric motor. Now we can multiply the 9.1 amps times the R2 resistance value of 1.45 ohms. So R2 incurs a voltage drop of 13.2 volts, which then subtracts from the 24 volts on the first parallel pathway powering the motor. So this leaves 10.8 volts going to the second parallel circuit powering the light bulb of 10.8 volts, which divides itself into the 3.3 ohm load, incurring a 3.27 amp current flow to the light bulb. This also takes away 3.27 amps from the current on the second series pathway, leaving 5.83 amps on the third series pathway, which then multiplies itself times the R4 resistance of 0.56 ohms. The R4 resistor then incurs a 3.26 volt drop. So to make sure the circuit was designed properly and we don't run out of voltage, we can take an account of how much voltage we have left. 7.54 volts are left, so we're good. And then the 4-axis gyro accelerometer is on a series pathway, so current remains constant on series and voltage remains constant on parallel. So the 4-axis gyro accelerometer incurs 5.83 amps multiplied times its ohm load resistance of 0.77 ohms. So there's 4.5 volts that drops into the gyro to support its power. So how much voltage do we have left afterwards? 2.95 volts, so we're good. There's about a 4% efficiency loss as electricity flows through devices, wiring, etc. So the actual total voltage draw from the battery plus the efficiency losses is 21.05 volts theoretical plus the efficiency loss. So if we divide 21.05 into 0.96, we still have a surplus voltage. So about 22 volts is actually drawn from the battery, which powers the devices and overcomes efficiency losses with respect to electrical flow only. So now we can just solve for the individual power dissipation at each device. So we multiply the voltage times the current at each device to calculate the DC electrical power and wattage. So then we can calculate the total power by multiplying the total voltage times the total current. We calculate 2618.4 watts total power, but we can also take an account at each component, including the resistors, of the wattage dissipated. So we calculate 2600.6 watts of total power dissipated, and we can compare it with the previous total power equation. So it's 99% accurate. However, we can use the first equation because this then includes the electrical flow efficiency losses. Then rounding to one significant digit greater than 0.1, or leaving them as whole integer values. So this completes the solution to DC electricity quiz number 3. Thank you for watching and have a great day.